Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of She Who Remembers. I'm your host Antonia Bova, and today we are going to talk about integration. What is integration? Why do we do it? How is it going to change your life? Well, I'm here to tell you that integration is taking awareness of your patterning and of your conditioning and putting it into practice every single day. Simple, not so simple. Simple understanding, challenging to actually integrate it. And that's what the whole basis of this episode will be. So all of my previous episodes in season 1 have been compounding over time to show you how to find the patterning and how to kind of intercept the things that are keeping you stuck in a loop. And it's not enough to just understand and see the patterning, because then it's like, okay, I see this, I'm aware of it, but then kind of nothing happens. You know about it. It takes so much more effort to actually integrate it into your daily life so that your whole circle understands, so that you start attracting different things, and so that things manifest in the way that you're desiring on a day-to-day basis. This is a daily practice, and this is where most people give up because it can feel really uncomfortable, especially in the beginning. This would essentially be like going to therapy and speaking about all of the things that are making you feel uncomfortable or icky, or how do I handle this situation, but then really just doing nothing about it, just kind of hearing the solution and sitting. Or it would be like getting a surgery and having whatever, limb or thing fixed and just sitting there expecting you to heal to your highest capacity. No, you have to go to physical therapy and work on that muscle and get its strength back so that you're operating at your healthiest. This is the same thing with emotional patterning and trauma stored in the body. We need to actually apply action every single day to build this thing up so that we can actually live in the changes that we want to see. There's this quote, and it says, "What you're not changing, you're choosing." And that's so real for this work. And why do people quit? Why is it so uncomfortable? Because setting boundaries is like, people are not always going to meet you with the most kindness or love or gratitude. You're going to be acting and choosing different things. Therefore, the people who have known you in a specific way are going to be like, "Ooh, she's changed. Oh, this feels weird. Oh, why are you acting like that? Oh, why are you sober now?" Or like whatever it is that you're changing or choosing, you're gonna cause disrupt in your natural rhythm of life and of how people knew you, because you're up leveling, you're hopping timelines, you're changing, and that's a beautiful thing. But it's going to make you feel a little bit weird too, because not only is it something that's happening physically in your body, it's very emotional. And at this point, I will say it's so important not to feel like you have to defend yourself to anybody. Integration is an embodiment. It is just chipping away day by day at these small little micro changes that will eventually, again, compound to the end result. And we're constantly shifting and changing and reevaluating and checking our ego, all of these things. But I will say, the more that you do this, the easier it becomes. Me personally, setting boundaries was one of the first things that I did when I started this work years ago. And it was so icky and uncomfortable to set a boundary, because I was like, oh my gosh, is this person going to hate me? Like, are they going to think I'm being mean? And over time, I'm like, this is just love. This is because I want this relationship to be in sacred reciprocity. And for this person to understand that I just want a better relationship with them, and that I'm operating and showing up at 100%. And I think sometimes, even today, when I set boundaries, I get met with a lot of resistance and people rejecting me and just blocking me, things of that nature, which are crazy. It actually just happened to me the other day. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, this person's not at my frequency right now. Like, they're just going to have to go another path, and I'm going to have to go my path. And that's just what it is I think when you're living in this state of your highest self and your authenticity and the things that you want, and people aren't meeting you with love and kindness and compassion, then they're toxic for your life. Then they're not meant to be there. If somebody's rejecting a boundary or what's good for you, then that's like Rejection's your highest protection in that case. Bye. I say this so candidly because it's just true. And even when it comes to family and people want to say, oh, well, it's family. And like if there's always these excuses as to why like toxic behavior is okay, then you're not running with the right circles. And I will say it is so important to check in with your physical body and how you feel around certain people. Is your jaw clenching? Are you tightening your fists? Are your toes clenching? How does your body react when you're around specific people or having certain conversations? I'll sometimes notice somebody acting in a way that has triggered things in my childhood, and I'll start to tense up and my energy will change. And it's like, ooh, let me catch myself. This is old conditioning. This is an old pattern that I'm being reminded of, that's almost resurfacing in a way. And then it's really important at that time to check in, is this old conditioning and patterning, or is this my true authentic self? Is this the new thing? Is it more, this is a little uncomfortable, but it's kind of exciting and it feels really resonant in my body? Or is this just safety and me kind of like feeling weird because this is like a toxic thing that's trying to come in and disrupt my peace and disrupt this new beautiful patterning that I'm building for myself? Two very different energies, but it will feel different in your body. It can all still feel nervous, but is it like clenching and tensing and almost wanting to kind of like put a shield up? Or is it nervousness but kind of excited and I feel really empowered and I feel so good and I'm proud of myself for doing the very uncomfortable thing? Staying the course here is where the real magic happens, and it's where the real work is. And so I invite you to meet yourself with self-compassion and patience and curiosity. And I say this because this is a very integral, pivotal point in your healing journey. And it's so important just to be a little bit playful about it, not so serious about it. Sometimes we need that little reminder to snap us out of like, wait, this isn't so serious. I'm allowed to fall on my face and mess up and get back up again and try again. You're not always going to set the perfect boundaries. You're not always going to say no or say yes when you're supposed to. And that's the whole point of this work. We're not perfect. We're just human. And it's important to meet yourself with grace and to have support around you. If it feels comfortable, talk to a trusted friend. Go find a mentor of any sort that feels good in your body so that you have almost like a sounding board to speak to and to go off of like, I've decided what I need and how I want to operate. Now I just want to talk about this with you and like, let's have a conversation. Or, support when you are doing something that's uncomfortable. You do the thing and then you call your friend and you're like, I just did it. Oh my gosh. Sometimes just having that can be so life-changing when you're going through all of this and doing this work. I will say, lastly, while you're doing this work, there will be deaths and there will be shedding and there will be a lot of your old identity falling away. And so don't be surprised if you feel almost like 5 stages of grief, anger, sadness, and things like that coming up, because that's normal. That's a part of your body and your nervous system resetting to this newfound way of being. It's a beautiful thing. And so just honor your body and what it wants to do. Does your body want to sleep for 10 hours? Does your body want to change its diet and eat just fish and almost like a pescatarian diet? Do you want to opt out for working out hardcore in the gym and just go on walks in nature? Do you want to become sober for a little bit and see how your body changes? I think it's so fun to be able to play around with these things that your body's asking for, even when it doesn't fully make sense, and then see, oh my gosh, I've kind of wanted to do this all along. It just felt like, I wasn't supposed to, but you go with it and then you realize the beautiful changes that happen. Specifically with me, you listen to all of these really inspirational podcasts about waking up at 5 a.m. and hustling and working. And the hustle culture will just never be for me again. I've been there, I've done that, made money doing it, and then realized like, this doesn't make me happy. This provides me nothing. And found my path of healing myself and then intrinsically healing others through it. And I think that's what's so important, is for you to kind of be on this journey of being able to release and let go of expectations of what you should do. It's like you don't have to follow this script. There is no script. There is no script, rules. You should do this, you should do that. You have to be married at this time. You need to be defining a relationship this way. I could go on and on about these like unrealistic expectations and standards of what our lives should look like. And so if you just start tuning in and remembering why you came here, what your ancestors are trying to show you and tell you, what your higher self is trying to communicate with you, you start to realize like, wow, I really am operating from this place of true empowerment and freedom I'm living my true nature. It's happening in real time. Morning routines, night routines, nope. Literally, wake up, do what feels good. Go to sleep, do what feels good. Honor your body, honor the seasons, honor the changes, especially as women. Honor your cycle. You're changing every single day over the course of a month. It is so beautiful to not be in these consistent, repeating patterns. We're supposed to grow, evolve, change. We're multidimensional beings. Let yourself release and do this and just try and fail forward. It's a beautiful thing. And I think when you get older and you look back, you're like, wow, I'm so happy that I tried all of these things. I'm so happy that I took the risk. I'm so happy that I did do this thing because I learned so many lessons. I am grateful. And that is a life well lived. And that is growth and change for the betterment of your life. I close this episode out with, if you feel like this resonated with you, please share it with a friend, a loved one, anybody that you feel called to pass this information along to. If you have any questions at all, please post them below. You can also reach out to me on Instagram at houseofantonia co. I have my one-on-one sessions for the container called Ascension, and I just have so many different things coming down the pipeline. Season 2 starts in just one episode, and I will have 10 different medicine women on to speak about their lineages, their rituals and practices, and how they've even integrated and transmuted a lot of this patterning in their lives. So thank you so much. Have a happy holiday, and I will see you all next time.